Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Okay, so in this episode we continue the previous lesson. As we've started, and then we got to the fourth advice Amaama Bint Haris Advice gave to her daughter Umm Iyaas when she was getting married to Amr bin Hajar, the Emir of Kenda. So we looked at it, the intro, we saw the first Amma al-Ula wa Thaniya, and then we saw Amma al-Thalitha wa Rabi'a. We've seen up to the fourth advice. So we are going to look at the fifth advice, from the fifth advice up to the 10th, inshallah. So in this episode we complete that article, inshallah. What you do for yourself, the good you can do for yourself, is after noting all these vocabularies in this article and the style, particularly how she speaks, you try your best to read over and over. What the reading does is that the more you read, the more the language gets into you, it blends with you. So you try to read it more. So you see, people are advised to even memorize this kind of test. When you memorize it, not to pour it back as a test, but when you memorize it, you have that language in you. It gets in you. So people who study makamat, books like Makamat al-Hariri, al-Burdat al-Madih, of Imam Busairi, books like that, they are advised to memorize it, not to pour the same thing back. Not just the whole goal is not to pour it back, but also to have that language with them. When you are about to speak, it blows out easily. You get to speak like this. Okay, so not to waste my time, let's get to business. So she tells the daughter, wa ammal khamisatu was-sadisatu, but as for the fifth and the sixth, tafaqqud again, that is to inspect, as we explained previously, to inspect or to check carefully. That's why we say keep an eye on a place. فَالتَّفَقُّدُ لِوَقْتِ طَعَامِهِ, you should check very well لِوَقْتِ طَعَامِهِ, for the time of his food, that is his eating time. وَقْتِ طَعَامِهِ, his eating time. You should check that very well. He says وَالْهُدُوءُ anhu, that is ensuring calmness around him. Al-hudu is calmness. وَالْهُدُوءُ anhu inda manamihi, and keeping calm around him. Inda manamihi, during his sleep. Manam, I remember we explained in the lessons in the Al-Qira'at al-Rashida, there was this same expression, I think inda manam came like that. Manam, as I said, can mean the place you sleep, the time you sleep. It can mean the sleep itself. It can mean the dream. It can mean a dream. What you see in your sleep can also mean manam. So you should keep all these meanings. Whenever they need be, you bring the most appropriate out. So here, in the manamihi, during his sleep, whilst he is sleeping, ensure hudu around him, calmness around him. It says, wal hudu anhu in the manamihi. فَإِنَّ حَرَارَةَ الْجُوعُ فَإِنَّ حَرَارَةَ الْجُوعِ, al-ju' is hunger. For the heat of hunger, فَإِنَّ حَرَارَةَ الْجُوعِ, for surely the heat of hunger, mulhiba. Yulhib, it is inflammable. When you touch it, it goes boom. So when somebody is hungry, you try to make sure the person is okay. If you mess with somebody who is already hungry, the person can just blow up easily and anything can turn into a fight. So she advised the daughter to keep calm around him when he's sleeping, and also when he's eating, she should check his eating time very well. So she told her, keep watch of his eating time and then also keep calm around him. And surely, or for surely, the heat of hunger is flammable, or as they say, it's inflammable. It catches fire. It can blow anytime. وَتَنْقِيسِ النَّوْمِ أو وتنقيص النوم. تنقيص is معطوف على حرارة, and حرارة is preceded by inna, so حرارة is حرارة. إن حرارة الجوع ملهبة. وتنقيص, it's also inna, فإن تنقيص, it joins like that. وتنقيص النوم, and also stirring up sleep, disturbing sleep. مغضبة, it causes anger. It causes anger. Now this is the beauty of the thing that I'm talking about. You see, there is a particular rhyme line. Arabs are concerned with how the thing sounds, the rhyme line. So you see something like فالتفقد لوقت طعامه, then you see والهدوء عنه عند منامه. So طعامه, منامه, even if you get somebody who is good at singing, the person can sing this out. Okay, then he says فإن حرارة الجوع ملهبة وتنقيص النوم مغضبة. So it has this rhyme from طعامه منامه ملهبة مغضبة. Okay, so that is the beauty of it, the rhyme line of it. So it gives you these vocabularies and easy use of words. Instead of harara, some versions have tawatur. I want to actually try to cover all the versions so that wherever you see it, if you are studying it in school and the literature, you get to get it easy. So it says some version replace harara with tawatur. فإن تواتر الجوع ملهبة. That's how some brought. And tawatur is the same as harara in a sense. Tawatur is kind of the disturbance you have when hungry, the annoyance of hunger. That is the tawatur. Tawatur in also hadith means repetition here and there, something that keeps you occurring, a hadith that keeps you occurring. The tawatur has that in hadith, but here tawatur means kind of that a disturbance, the hunger causes you. That is what we call tawatur. Okay, so that is the feet and seat advice. And she says, وَأَمَّا السَّابِعَةُ وَالثَّامِنَةُ. As for the 7th and the 8th. Now, you see, when you are asked to write an article in school, and you're asked to write an article in school, and you write and it gets to a point and it calls for you to enumerate some points. You see, instead of saying number 1, number 2, it looks too low. You can go, instead of الرقم الأول, الرقم الثاني, number 1, number 2, it looks very slow. The language looks so immature. You go like وأما الأول, وأما الثاني, وأما الثالث, وأما الرابع, like that. You go with the وأما. Okay. It says وأما السابعة والثامنة. As for the 7th and the 8th, فالاحتراس. Al-ihtiras means al-ihtifaz. Some people replace ihtiras with ihtifaz. That is protecting, maintaining. Al-ihtiras. Ihtiras from the verb harasa, harasun, security. So fal-ihtiras, protecting or maintaining. Bibaytihi wa malihi, maintaining his house and his wealth. Baytihi wa malihi, his house and his wealth or his money. Wal-ir'a'u, wal-ir'a'u. Ir'a' is i'ta'ul ri'aya, giving care. I'ta'ul ri'aya, giving care. That is al-ir'a'. Wal-ir'a'u bi nafsihi, and giving care to himself, he the husband, caring for him. Wa hashmihi, and his servants, those under him. Wa ayalihi, and his family. So when you get into his house, the mother is telling him, make sure to show care to himself, give him some serious care, and then his servants, and then also his family, make sure to give them care for them. And it says وَمَلَاكُ الْأَمْرِ فِي الْمَالِ. Malakul Amr, that is the ihtiras, taking charge of the situation. Okay, so it says وَمَلَاكُ الْأَمْرِ فِي الْمَالِ, and taking charge of his wealth. حُسْنُ التَّقْدِير. Husn taqdeer, when we say taqdeer means honor, to honor somebody or respect. Okay. In writing letters, at the end of it, you see, accept from me my highest respect or something like that. In Arabic, you say, تقبل مني تفضل بقبول مني فائق التقدير والاحترام. Accept from me utmost respect and honor. So in the same vein, he's saying that وَمَلَاكُ الْأَمْرِ, and taking charge or keeping charge, protecting fil mali, his wealth or his money, husn taqdir, is a best or is a good way of respecting somebody. Giving a very good attention to his money, making sure you don't mess it up, is a very good way of respecting. Husn taqdir, a good way of showing respect. Wal ir'a'u, and also caring ala al-iyal, for the family, wal hashmi, and the servants, husn tadbir. At-tadbir is from dabbara, to manage affairs. Dabbara, that is why we say mudabbir. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he is the mudabbir al-amr. He is the one who forms every situation. He is the one who manages every situation. That is the mudabbir. So he says, وَالْإِرْعَاءُ عَلَى الْإِيَالِ, and giving care, showing care to the family, وَالْحَشْمِ, and the servants, حُسْنُ التَّدْبِير, is of the best of conduct, or is a very good conduct, or better still, we say is a good disposition, a tadbir, putting things in place and order. Okay, it says, we go to this 9th and 10th. وَأَمَّا التَّاسِعَةُ وَالْعَاشِرَةُ, as for the 9th and the 10th, فَلَا تَعْصِي لَهُ أَمْرًا, do not disobey him. Say, لَا تَعْصِي لَهُ أَمْرًا, do not disobey him. Asa is to sin. Asa is he sinned. Asa can mean a stick when it is a noun. Asa as a verb, to sin. Okay. We say فَعَصَى فِرْعَوْنُ الرَّسُولَ. فَعَصَى فِرْعَوْنُ الرَّسُولَ. Then the Fir'aun disobeyed the messenger. Asa, to disobey, to sin. فَلَا تَعْصِي لَهُ أَمْرًا, so do not disobey him, or do not go against his command. Literally, فَلَا تَعْصِي لَهُ أَمْرًا, do not go against his command. وَلَا تُفْشِي لَهُ سِرًّا, and do not reveal his secret. Afsha is to reveal something, to put something out. Afsha, afshaytu, I have published it, kind of I've putting it out. Afsha. It says, Wala tufshi lahu sirra, and do not reveal his secret. Do not disclose his secret. Sir is secret. فَإِنَّكِ, for surely you, in khalafti amrahu, if you go against his command, or if you go against his saying. You see here, we saw in the first episode, khalafti, khalafa, to leave something behind. But here we are seeing khalafa, that is to go against something. Let's note the difference very well. The first one is khalafa, this is khalafa. Okay. فَإِنَّكِ إِنْ خَالَفْتِ أَمْرَهُ, for surely if you go against his saying, أَوْ غَرْتِ صَدْرَهُ, you fill his chest with pain, with hatred. That is the word. أَوْ غَرَ, to fill somebody with hatred. If you go against his saying, oh, do this for me, and you say, no, I can't do it, do that, you won't do it, you fill his chest with hatred. أَوْ غَرْتِ صَدْرَهُ, أَوْ غَرَ, to fill with hatred. أَوْ غَرْتِ صَدْرَهُ, you fill his chest with hatred. وَإِنْ أَفْشَيْتِ سِرَّهُ, and if you reveal his secret, you publish his secret, لَمْ تَعْمَنِي غَدْرَهُ, then you don't stand safe of his betrayal. one face of it. Again, lam ta'muni gadrahu, you have betrayed him. You have betrayed him. That is, you didn't stand safe of his betrayal. That is the meaning. Lam ta'muni gadrahu, you have betrayed him. Gadr is betrayal. Okay, so after giving the 10th as advice, she attaches this. Thumma, then, iyaki wal farah. Woe betides you, should you be happy or express joy. Al farah is joy. Iyaki, woe betides you. Iyaki is a way of warning. Iyaki. Iyaki also can mean towards you. Like you tell me, Jazakallahu khairan, then I will tell you, Ameen, may God reward you. Then I will say, Ameen, wa iyaki, and also to you. Iyaki can mean this. Iyaka, as we say, Iyaka na'budu. Thee alone do we worship. Iyaka. But this Iyaka, there is this form of Iyaka that is used for warning. At-tahdhir, to warn. Thumma iyaki wal faraha. Then woe betides you, should you express joy, or be careful not to express joy. Bayna yadayhi. Bayna yadayhi means before him, not really in between his hands. Bayna yadayhi, before him. In kana tarihan, if he is sad. That is, don't come to him and be laughing and be jumping. You've seen the fellow is very sad, then you are all expressive of your happiness and your joy. That is a very bad trait. So we have farah, joy, tarih, sadness. Farah, farahun, joy, tarihun, sadness. Wal ka'abata, ay iyaki wal ka'abata. Ka'aba is severe sadness. So wal ka'abata bayna yadayhi, and also don't express so much sadness before him. In kana farihan, when he is happy. So you come and meet him, he's gotten a good news somewhere, and then you go all gloomy. Ka'aba, being gloomy around him. So when you go all gloomy, you kind of break all the hopes. And the woman tells him, فَإِنَّ الْخَصْلَةَ الْأُولَى, for surely al-khasla, as we saw, khisalan, I said is the plural, khasla is the singular. So فَإِنَّ الْخَصْلَةَ الْأُولَى, for surely the first character or the first trait, which is al-farah bayna yadayhi in kana tarihan, being expressive of joy whilst he is sad. This particular character, min at-taqsir, it shows a shortage of manners. Taqsir means shortage. It shows that you are short of some manners. Somebody is very sad and you are all expressive of happiness. The woman is saying it is min at-taqsir. It shows shortage of manners. Wathaniyati, and the second character, which is ka'aba bayna yadayhi in kana farihan, expressing too much sadness when he is happy. This particular trait, min at-takdir, it is annoying. It is of annoyance. It annoys, or it messes up. It pollutes. At-takdir, all this can be takdir. Pollution, annoyance, stirring up, okay, or disturbing. It is of annoyance. Somebody is happy and then you get all sad at once. Too much expressive of sadness, it annoys the person, kind of creates annoyance. So this is the advice she gave her daughter Umm Iyaas. This is the 10 points of advice she gave her daughter. Our interest is not the moralities and all that, you get it, though we are concerned of that too, but that is not our focus. Our focus is the language, the way she put it. Ay bunayya inna al-wasiyyata law turikat li fadli adabin turikat li dhalika minki. You get that kind of style of talking. You have to get it. If an advice was to be left because somebody has manners, then you wouldn't have been of no need to it. It's a style of talking to somebody to capture the person. So when she starts this way, the daughter feels very cool. وَلَكِنَّهَا تَذْكِرَةٌ لِلْعَاقِلِ تذكرة للغافل ومعونة للعاقل. Get it? That kind of style is very, so the style is what you want. You read over and over. As I said, I've attached the PDF. I will attach it, though I've attached it in the previous episode, I will attach it in this episode too, so that you go through and then read over and over to capture the vocabularies. Our goal is to speak Arabic together very beautifully. Inshallah, we will be speaking Arabic freestyle, so that we will get used to what we've been learning. We will hear some Arabics and get used to. And make sure to listen to a lot of Arabic videos. It really helps. It really helps. Okay. Inshallah, we've come to the end of this particular episode, should I say series, this particular article. And then I hope you've learned a lot from here too, as that is my goal, for you to learn as much as you can. Okay. Till we meet again in our next lesson. Have a very nice time, a very nice Arabic time. Okay. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bye.